group. So local management system is part of the knowledge of members of the same community. You see what I mean? Joel Farah? In other words, if we have a 30-minute program, we have 3 persons or 2 persons. We have an introduction, we have an end, then the time is distributed. Each participant has a certain time. So he or she should observe the local management system. So Isa, for instance, is supposed to talk for 5 minutes, then give the platform to the other participant. This is the way things function. So it's not a matter of controlling time by or monopolizing time by a certain participant at the expense of others. Sometimes it takes hours to arrange for an interview. In order to interview someone, say for 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, you may need to prepare days and hours sometimes. Days and hours. I used to present 9 different programs at the BBC News Unit. The World at 1, The World at 6, Current Affairs Talk, Arab Affairs in the British Press, The World of Energy, and QA, in addition to news bulletins. Sometimes to have an interview, to conduct an interview, or to make an interview with a guest, I used to spend a couple of days preparing for that, because we need to collect data, information. We need to analyze information. We need to use critical thinking. And of course, we have to take into account the local management time. So in conversation is closely related to the cooperative principle. You see what I mean? They are closely related. So we have to observe certain maxims, the 4 maxims. What are these 4 maxims? Shahid, if you like. Shahid, are you there? Shahid. Or Yazid. Yazid, Ahmed, Abu Mal. Can anybody answer this question? Ruba.
يا دكتور.
Yes, Isa.
دكتور quality, quantity, relevance وmanner.
Okay. So we have 4 maxims. Now, in any work, whether it's spoken or written, we need to observe these 4 maxims: quantity, quality, relevance, manner. Otherwise, we get a hodgepodge work, hodgepodge, not organized. not relevant. Doesn't lack, it lacks quality and it lacks quantity. So even in conversation, every word counts. Every word counts. So we have to be doubly careful when it comes to talking or writing, because talking and writing represent or embody responsibility. They embody responsibility. So every word counts. Local management time. So by local management system, we mean a set of conventions for getting turns, keeping them, or giving them away. That's how local management system is defined. So what is a local management system? It's a set of conventions, a number of conventions for getting turns to have the platform, keeping the platform, or giving the platform to others. This is how conversation goes. Now, sometimes, for some reason, one participant may need more time to express his view or views. Now, what does he do? What do we do in order to hold the floor for a longer time? Not at the expense of others, but because you have a certain point to express, to show, or to make. So how to hold the floor? How to hold the floor? We have, how many devices do we have? 3, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. We use 4 devices to hold the floor. Isa, can you read? You have how to hold the floor devices. Have you got it? Got the summary?
No, دكتور بس please a minute.
Yeah. It's chapter 8, page 1. The title, How to Hold the Floor Devices. Can anybody else do it? Yeah. Okay, let me just read this, indicating that there is a larger structure to your turn by beginning with expressions of the type shown in number 6. So we use certain expressions to show that we need to keep the floor longer. 1A, the speaker would say, the participant would say, there are 3 points I'd like to make. Yeah, there are 3 points I'd like to make. So in which case he can hold the floor to illustrate these 3 points. There are 3 points. So he would say first, second, third, in which case he expects not to be interrupted. Yeah, this is one way, using the expression there are 2 points, there are 3 points, there are 4 points I'd like to make. So this should be respected. Or there is more than one way to do this. There is more than one way to do this. One example would be so and so. Then you expect another example. There are more than one way to do this. So we have first, second, third way, etc. Then sometimes we ask a question. Didn't you know about Melvin? Now, in this case, you expect him to tell a story, although briefly sometimes. Yeah. D, did you hear about Mary's new car? She got it in. Now these are methods that participants sometimes resort to in order to have more time to hold the floor. Of course, in politely. In other words, he or she justifies the reason why the floor should be held longer. Right. Now, conversation involves using QA, question and answer. Let's just have some practice. Practice some of the question words in real situations. Of course, in all cases, when it comes to conversation, we need to be involved or in situational dialogues. Situational dialogues. So we don't use isolated sentences. We don't combine words haphazardly at random. A certain situation requires a certain way of asking, then a certain way of answering. So we need to learn what to say, when and how. We need what to say, when and how. What to say in a certain situation, real life situations. Yeah. So let's just have a few questions. Isa, if you like, I'd like you to, I'll give some sentences and I'd like you to ask to change from affirmative to interrogative. Yeah. I get up at 6. Ask about at 6, Isa. I get up at 6. Isa, can you form a question?
Yes, I woke up at 6 o'clock.
No, I mean, I'm giving you a statement.
Yes.
You need to ask about certain words in the statement. So, for instance, I get up at 6 a.m. Ask about 6 a.m.
It's an hour.
Yeah, ask me, yeah, ask me a question. I'm saying I get up at 6 o'clock. Ask about the time I get up.
When do you usually get
Yes,
up?
yes.
Yeah, okay. Lena, is that Lena?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. When do you usually get up? Okay. I go to bed at, say, midnight.
Or what do you want at 6 o'clock? At 6 o'clock.
No, we're done with that.
Yes.
I get up at 6 o'clock. Lena asked, what time do you usually get up? So I say, I get up at 6 o'clock.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah? Okay. Let's have another sentence. She goes to bed at, say, 11. She goes to bed at 11.
Doctor, when did she go to bed?
Try again.
When did she go to bed?
She goes to bed.
She goes to bed, yes.
Yeah, I mean the sentence reads, she
When
goes
does
to bed. She goes to bed at 11. Dina, can you try? Try again.
Okay, doctor. When does she goes to sleep?
No, when
To
does
bed.
she go? When does she go
Go
to bed?
to bed.
To bed.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Right. He hunted 10 birds. Ask about 10 birds. Arub, would you like to try? Arub or Farah? We're just having an
yes,
oral, most of the time we have written, language. I mean, written work. Now let's practice these structures.
yes, doctor. Can
Yes.
we say
Is that Farah?
how? Yes,
Yeah.
how much he did hunt?
Again.
How much did he hunt?
Well, the sentence reads, he hunted 10 birds.
Yes,
Yeah. So what do we use?
did. I use did.
Okay, did is okay, but what question word do we use?
How much?
No, how much is used for uncountable?
Doctor, how many?
How many? How many?
Now, Farah, was that Farah?
Yes.
Farah. Now this is the reason I'm asking you. We're trying to have an oral, exercise. Now we have question words. We need to use the right question word in the right context. Now we have how much and how many. Now how many is used to ask about countable nouns. Countable nouns. Now birds is a countable word, countable noun. So we say 10 birds, 5 birds, 50. It means it's countable. Countable words accept an S. This is what we mean by countable words. But words like rice, sugar, tea are uncountable. That's why we use how much. Milk, water. So say, how much water do you need or do you want? How much sugar? But how many birds? Okay, Farah, can you try? How many birds
Yes. How many birds did he hunt?
did he hunt? Okay, yeah, that's it. How many birds did he hunt? Okay. Okay. He speaks many languages. He speaks many languages. Isa, if you like to do this.
How many speak the T language?
Try again.
How many?
Yeah.
Did he speak?
No, he speaks many languages. So say how many? Yeah, how many is okay.
Languages.
How many languages? Yes, okay, fine. Then, how many languages?
Does
He speaks.
Did
No, we can't say how many languages he speaks. That wouldn't be a question.
How many languages does he speak?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that should be how many languages does he speak? How he speaks. How many languages does he speak? Now, when we have a question word, yeah, apart from who and what, when we ask about the subject, yeah, apart from that, we have a question word followed by an auxiliary, a helping verb, followed by a subject, then the main verb. This is how interrogative sentences are formed. So first we have the question word. The question word is followed by an auxiliary, then a subject. So it's not subject auxiliary, auxiliary, then subject. Then we have the main verb. They live in Athens. Ask about Athens. Basma.
دكتور أجاوب.
Basma, yes.
Yes,
Noor.
دكتور.
Noor. Okay, Noor.
Where did they live?
Again.
Where did they live?
They live in Athens. What do we say?
ما بعرف إذا صح بس where did they live? They live in Athens.
Why is it did? Why did?
هنا do دكتورة.
Yeah, it should be.
Where do they live?
Yeah, because it all depends on the tense.
Yes,
So
present.
they live is simple present. So we can't use did.
Do does.
Yeah. Yeah. We need to practice. Have you done grammar? How many grammar courses have you done? Have you done any grammar courses?
Yeah, 1 and
Yes,
2.
1 and 2. So you are done with grammar then. Yeah, okay. Okay, Basma, let's have another sentence. She teaches physics, or Mary teaches physics. Ask about physics.
What does Mary teach?
Yeah, very good. What does Mary teach? What does Mary teach? Okay. the same sentence. Well, let's have another sentence. Professor Robbins teaches linguistics. Ask about the subject.
Who does teach what you said, Doctor? Linguistics.
Yeah.
Who does
Professor
teach?
Robbins teaches linguistics.
Yeah, who does teach linguistics?
Is that right?
Who is teaching linguistics?
No, that would be changing the tense. Now, in all transformations, I mean, if we transform from affirmative to negative, interrogative, negative, interrogative, passive voice, in all transformations, the tense never changes. You see what I mean? We don't change the tense. In other words, if we have they live in Athens, live here is simple present. So we can't use did, because did is used with the past. We use do. She teaches physics. What does she teach? Because we have teachers. So when in the present, simple present tense, and simple past, we use do and does. In the past tense, we use did. He broke his arm last night. He broke his arm last night. Can you make this negative? Interrogative. Ask about last night.
When
What
does he broke?
yesterday? Last night?
Sorry. Again.
What did happen to him last night?
No, I mean, he broke his arm last night. Ask about last night.
Can I, Doctor?
When
Ask
did
about
he break?
another again, Farah.
When did he break
Yeah,
his
that's very good. Yeah, that's very good. He broke is simple past. So we say, and we need to ask about time. So we use when. When did he? When, not when. Yes. When. When did he break his arm? Okay. Professor Robbins teaches English. Ask about Professor Robbins. Farah.
Yes, doctor. Can you repeat?
Professor Robbins teaches English. Ask about the subject.
What does the material which Professor Robin teach?
Or doctor who teaches English?
Yeah, Basma. Is that Basma?
Yes, who teaches English?
Who teaches? Now, with who, when we ask about the subject, yeah, when we ask about the subject, there is no, in the simple present and simple past, there is no need to use an auxiliary. So somebody teaches, we say who teaches, not who does teach. They like, we say who likes, singular form. Apart from that, she made the baby cry. She made the baby cry. Ask about she.
What did she did?
No, ask about she, about the subject. She made the baby cry.
Who made the baby cry?
Who made?
Who made? Yeah, we simply say who made. Okay. The news made her happy. The news made her happy. Ask about the news as a subject.
What did make her happy?
Who
Again,
made me happy?
What did make her happy?
Who made you happy?
no, I mean the news is something, not someone. Who is used
Okay, what?
with human subjects.
Can
Yeah,
we
okay.
say what?
I said what,
Can we
not
say
who.
what?
Yeah, again, what? Again, what is
What?
okay?
Yeah, what did make her happy?
There is no need for did.
What
made
does?
her happy? Or what made her happy?
What made her happy? In these two cases, there is no need for an auxiliary. When we
Okay.
use who or what to ask about the subject in the simple present tense and the simple past. See what I mean? So she teaches, we say who teaches. They like, we say who likes. Even if the subject is plural, we use the singular form. Who likes? The thunder made her cry. What made her cry? What made her cry? So we use what and who to ask about the subject. Who is used to ask about a human subject, and what about minus human, غير العاقل. In both cases, we don't use an auxiliary. Do, does, did. Yeah, okay. It takes 5 hours to fly to London. Ask about 5 hours. Ask about 5 hours. يعني we need to say كم تستغرق الرحلة إلى لندن مثلا. Can you translate this?
دكتور معلش تعيد الجملة.
It takes 5 hours. It takes 5 hours to fly to London.
How many hours? لحظة. How many hours does it take to fly to London?
Again?
How many hours does it take to fly to London?
Does it take? What takes?
Takes.
No.
With S?
If we use does, there is no need for an S. Does it take? Or we use how long. How long does it
يعني
take?
بيزبط على الجهتين صح دكتور؟
Yeah, we need to use how long here about duration. We use how long. Okay. Okay, Cairo is 2,000 kilometers away from Jordan. Ask about 2,000 miles or kilometers away from Jordan. لازم we need to practice, you know. We should have oral exercises, grammar.
How far? How far Egypt?
Yeah, very good. Yeah. Say it again.
How far?
Yeah. Okay. Carry on.
How far Egypt from?
No. How far is okay, but we need the right structure. This is a must. I mean, get a copy of this because it has a lot of oral exercises. It's understanding and using English grammar. Yeah, by Betty Azar. Right? It's an excellent piece of work. It has both, every chapter has both written and oral exercises. So we need to understand and use grammar. So what do we say? Okay, let's say Jerash is 50 kilometers away from Jordan, from Amman. Ask about this number, 50 kilometers or miles.
How far is Jerash from Amman?
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Now you got it right. How far is Jerash from Amman? How far is Cairo from Amman? Yeah. We need to practice. You know, we need to have oral practice. Now, question words are words like what. What is used to ask about things. What's your name? What does that mean? What did you do? What made you happy? Then we have how. How are you today? We have how far. How far? How far is it to Cairo? How many? How many? How many is used for countable nouns? How many students? How do you say كم عدد الطلاب في الفصل?
How many students in this lecture?
Again,
How many students in this lecture?
there's no verb. If there is no verb, there is no sentence, by the way. If there is no verb, it means that there is no sentence. Because the verb is the nucleus of the sentence. Yeah. So how do you say كم عدد الطلاب في القاعة مثلا?
How many students are there in the class?
How many students are there? So the answer would be there are, say, 50, 60, 70 students. Yeah. Okay. So we use how many for countable nouns, how much for uncountable nouns, how much sugar do you take, how much milk would you like to have, how much water, how much rice, how much coffee, tea. These are all non-countable nouns. So we use how much. And we use how much to ask about the price. How much is this mobile? Okay. Then we use why. Why is used to ask about reason. Yeah. Why did you come late? Why did you come late? We have how long. How long does it take to travel by car to Turkey, let's say. How long? How many hours that is? Yeah. How long? We need to practice, you know, these question words. Whose? How do you say لمن هذا الهاتف? لمن هذا الكتاب, let's say. لمن هذا الكتاب? رقية, can you do it? لمن هذا الكتاب? إبراهيم.
whose book أو whose phone.
Yeah, carry on.
Who's the book?
You mean who is the book or who's the book?
Who is the book? Who's the book?
Who's the book يعني معناته من هو الكتاب. And suppose that we are having a conversation, okay, and who ask about a certain theory. So you say لمن هذه النظرية أو نظرية من هذه.
For whose is that theory?
Again.
For whose is that theory?
ما هو احنا يعني
Who?
واضح يعني we need to have more practice. We need
If
to
we
have
ask
more
about
practice.
something, we use whom.
Again.
When we use when we want to talk about something, we use whom. But if a person, we use who. Is that true?
We use who and whom.
Okay, who
is
for a
used,
person.
Who is used to ask about subject, human subject.
Yeah.
Whom is used to ask about
something.
Human object. Human object. Now here we need to use possessive. الملكية.
Whose?
Who?
لا. We use whose.
Whose, yes.
Whose الملكية. So how do you say it? لمن هذا الكتاب أو كتاب من هذا عيسى.
Who's this book?
For.
مصدر الجملة.
From who?
Again.
From who's this book?
هذا ترجمة جوجل يمكن. We say whose book is this? Whose book is this? As simple as that. Use whose followed by a noun. Is that, not that is. Whose book is that? Whose car is that? طب لمن هذه السيارات؟ لمن هذه السيارات? I don't want to keep you. It's I think, do you have a class after this? Do you have another lecture?
Yes, doctor.
Yeah, then I think time is up. Time is up. For next time, we'll have an oral discussion of these question words. So use each question word. What, where, when, how many, how much, whose, how far, how long. Okay. Use these words, each one of these words, in a real situation. Ask the question and answer it. Okay, we'll discuss this for next time. So I'll ask everybody. I'd like everybody to take part. I know it's a shaky. I mean, most students are shaky when it comes to oral, practice. That's why last time I said that more emphasis is laid on two skills, reading and writing. These two skills, I mean, listening and speaking, seem to be neglected or ignored. So next time, everybody, make a list of these question words, make a question, then answer it. Okay, so we'll have a discussion. Right, have a Happy New Year, and enjoy the weekend.
Thank you, Doctor.
Right, right. We need to work on grammar, you know. It takes time to practice. Start practicing. These are the basics, you know. These are the rudiments of language, the basic structures. They are used both in spoken and written. Right.